people. Who's on my live? I'm on live. It's your girl, Toya. I'll wait for some more people to come up here. Hey, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? What's going on in the world? It's a rainy Friday. Happy Friday to all. Pray and hope all is well with everyone. Hey, Miss Renee. How are you? Thank you for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's your girl, Toya. Hi, Jasmine. How you doing, sweetie? Hey, Jazz. Pray and hope all is well, sweetie. Hello, hello, hello. People are jumping on my live. This is your girl, Toya. I'm with my brother, Hunter. And we're here, and this is Tea or Tequila Conversations with Toya. So today's segment is going to be on mental health. Now, mental health is something that a lot of African Americans do not talk about. And my brother over here texted me and was like, yo, Toy, I need to get on with you. And I want to talk about mental health. And I was like, you know what? That's dope. Let's do it. So I got some information for everybody. Thank you again. Thank you, everyone, for on my live. We're talking about mental health today. So I'm going to read some things to you about mental health that you may not know. And it's about brothers as well, because a lot of men suffer in silence. They don't talk about it. So this is why we're here today, to talk about it. I'm sipping on my tea because I'm not feeling good today. So no tequila, no rum. Just some tea. He got some tang, but we're good. So listen to, yes, he got his tang. We're here together. Yes, we're doing this together. So it says, brother, you're on my mind. Mental health snapshot of African American men. Mental health is a topic that many African American men consider to be taboo and do not often discuss. The fact is that depression is one of the most common mental illness, but an unrecognized and untreated problem among African American men. Common beliefs about mental health within the African American community include the following. Being depressed is just normal, and talking about it is weak. Getting help is the same as telling your business to a stranger. And nobody cares about your mental health anyway. These statements are not true. Mental illness is real and affects us all, whether or not we choose to talk about it. So today we're going to talk about mental health. And with men, depression. This is real. This is a serious topic. So if you want to chime in, please chime in. Talk to me. Let us know. I'm going to let my man Hunter talk. And we just want to do a dialogue. That's it. Go ahead.
Hi everybody. I think that a lot of issues that black men have, we don't address. I mean, there's stigmas, put on black men so much that they're afraid to speak about certain issues, like dealing with death, dealing with, being abused, single parent.
Wow.
That all affects the mental illness, being depressed, being sad, how you deal with other people outside of your immediate family. This year was hard for me. I lost my brother, so
Yeah.
Everybody deal with it differently. We went to the funeral and all that, and I seen him. I didn't want to go in. I wasn't gonna go in. And you see stuff on the news, you see stuff on TV, but when you're there and it's like right in your face, it's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody looking at me thought I was gonna spaz out. I'm still recovering. I'm still recovering from it. And who am I? I'm not going to no white man and tell my problems or sit in the office and, they tell me it's going to be okay, because it's never going to be okay. I'm never going to be the same. I work with disability, well as mentally ill adults. And it helps me cope with my own issues I have. Working 2 jobs and just trying to take care of your family, and you have death and everything at one time. It's like you got to be able to multitask at one time, and there's no help.
I hear you, Tana. Go ahead, Hunter.
For black men, we are taught to be, we got to be tough, we got to be aggressive, and we got to hold everything on your shoulders so that, when you face with these troubles, there's no outlet for you. So a lot of times you see black men being mad or upset. They dealing with so much stuff. It hasn't been identified as a mental illness. It's just something they're going through. So if they're in a relationship, the relationship is bad. If they're dealing with their mother, the relationship with their mother is bad. If they have a wife or a girlfriend, it's bad, because they never dealt with the initial problem of mental illness. I'm not talking about getting medicated. I'm talking about just talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have dialogue. Us young black men don't have dialogue. It's always physical. You know, me telling another young brother, he feel like, oh, I don't want to be a sucker. I don't, you know, I don't feel like that you're in a position to tell me anything. I don't know how we got to repeat stuff over and over without trying to heal and do better. I told people, I said, if you want money, the new hustle is working. You got to get a job. You got to get education. You got to get training. I'm not talking about going to college. You can get a trade and work. But mental illness, not having a job, and the black community go hand in hand. Because when you don't got money, when you don't got no money, you're depressed. You're sad. You're pressured by your girl. Why you ain't flying like the other dude? You don't got the Yeezys, or you don't got the jewelry. Why your car is this and that? That causes depression. Sometimes people causes other people to have a mental illness. By the stigmas and the titles you put on them, the false hopes that they're not even prepared to deal with. Then when a person go to jail, or he does something out of the norm, or he's extra aggressive, or he's not producing like he should, and he do something, now he's the bad guy. When he's up north, there's nobody there for him. I think that as a community, we need to just more talk.
Absolutely.
The big sister, the mother. We don't have big mama no more in the neighborhood. There's no big mama. All the grandmothers want to party. They want to stay young. There's nobody giving no guidelines. There's no food for thought. So back in the days when I was younger, we was at older women.
We had Miss Jones. We had Miss Maddie.
We had a lot of older women.
We had Miss Ann. It was a whole bunch of them. Miss Ruth. It was a whole bunch of them women, and
the moms.
My mother, his mother.
Yeah, they was well seasoned, so you know they've been through a lot. So when we had issues, you could go to them, well respected.
Absolutely.
These kids today don't have that, and they think that. Then you add drugs in the mix, it just messes up the whole dynamic picture. The whole picture is destroyed.
Absolutely.
I mean, everybody got their issue. We just got to work together. You gotta talk. You gotta express it. You got kids out there, young kids, and they doing whatever they doing. You mad at him because he favors his father. You take it out on him. You know what I mean? Instead of him being your son, he becomes your boyfriend, your baby father. And he don't know why you coming at him, so he go to the street. The street don't got nothing for nobody. The street got nothing for nobody. You're not gonna be that diagnosed. You're not gonna be helped. You're not gonna have the ability to change what you need to change being in the street. So, but it works out. You just gotta be able to talk. I mean, good dialogue with people willing to grow, it helps. Toya helps everybody. She helps everybody. She's the mom, the sister, the wife, all in one. And it's good to have people like that. I don't have it like people who I grew up. Ain't too many of us. I think about 2 or 3 left. They in jail or they dead. And people just gotta bring more to the table. You know, you gotta bring more to the table than the norm. Everything changes. And me and Toya was talking before we got on live that how Brownsville is different than Brooklyn. We're different.
Yeah.
That's why we the last to be justified and changed. We different.
Absolutely.
We go through stuff people they write about in movies and you see it on TV. I don't do the sitcom. I don't do that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time. This is something extra that I felt that was important that me to talk about when we share. You know, it's not up to me just to hold everything in. All the information, because if I'm dead and gone, nobody will never know.
Right, absolutely.
So we share.
Absolutely.
So me and Toya, we bond. When I need her, I call her, text her, I need help. And she always assists me what I need to get through what I need to get through at the time. But a lot of people don't got them people. Support is important. And, put people down, that's not always a good thing.
That's right. That's right.
Because you never know where the person's mind is at.
Absolutely.
So.
True story. True story.
We just need to work on ourselves and work on the people you love. If you love that person, work on them, help.
Right.
If you love somebody, help them. Stop talking about them. Stop gossiping. Stop spreading. Like when people come in, I don't do the gossip thing. You come in with news, don't tell that person. We don't do the back and forth.
Right.
I work in a lot of different jobs, a lot of different people. Every day I meet different people, and it's important to have the information. It's important to know where to go to get the help. It's important to the family to take time out, pause for a minute, and address the situation. But mental illness with black men, it's serious, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no fathers out here. Fathers ain't taking away baseball games and all that. I know. I didn't have all that. I had more females in my life than men. you know, and it's just different. I don't. We have to work together to find a solution for the young guys, young girls to do better.
Absolutely.
To address the mental illness, and you know, we be in denial with ourselves, and a lot of us parents, a lot of us adults need help also, because we don't even know we might have it.
Absolutely. I was telling Hunter earlier, I said growing up in Brownsville, you see so much stuff happening. I remember going to parties with my friends and have to hide behind speakers because somebody got a sawed-off shotgun ready to shoot up the party. And, you know, that sticks with you. Or even going to the store, you know, where it's one of my friends getting killed right in front of me. So that hurts, you know, and that sticks with you as an adult. Being molested, you know, at an early age, being touched, being raped. All of that, it coincides, it's under the umbrella of being depressed, having that mental illness. And that's something that we don't talk about anymore. And that's why I built this platform, for us to have these conversations. And that's why, you know, this is a tea conversation. This is not a tequila conversation. This is a tea conversation for us to have. We need to have these conversations within our community, within ourselves, instead of going to different platforms where you see all these entertainers talking about things. No, this is us talking about us to us. And this is why we're doing this today. And mental illness is real. It's something that is going on, just like this young lady who just lost her son. She's going to go through some things. She's going to suffer from depression. She lost her child, and no one was there to help her. No one. She's struggling with bags. I'm like, what happened to everybody, you know, saying, oh, wait, you see a little child running to on a train tracks, you say something on a train station, you stop them, and you want to help. But everybody turns a blind eye. Nobody wants to say anything. And that's why depression is really real. And we need to talk to each other about it. We need to check on our friends and check on our family members, and especially our men, because men suffer in silence. Men don't talk like women talk. Yep. Men don't do that. They suffer in silence. They try to keep it pushing because they feel if they say something, they're punks. They're not supposed to spread their business. And it's about getting help. It's about helping yourself. And this is real talk. So I did some research myself, and it says, did you know about 1 in 5 Americans struggle with mental illness in any given year, regardless of their race? So even though it's overall, right now we're talking about African American, and it happens to us. But again, we turn a blind eye to it because we don't believe in talking to people about what we're going through. You know, I have some resources for you guys to take down if you like. There's a gentleman, it's called Hope Services LLC. His name is Dr. Jimmy Felipe. He's an African-American Haitian descent. He has a PhD in mental behavior health services for children, adolescents, adults, and families. And he is on 1220 East 59th Street here in Brooklyn, New York, 11234. And his telephone number is 347-909-4700. I'll repeat that again. His name is Jimmy Felipe. He has a PhD. He's in mental health, behavioral health, services for children, adolescents, adults, and families. And again, his number is 347-909-4700. And I got some more information. I didn't even know. I seen this. It's called Brownsville Think Tank Matters, Inc. And I've seen this. And I said, well, what is it? I kept passing it on New Lots Avenue in Mother Gaston, but I didn't know what it was about. And, you know, I reached out to someone, and they told me, you know, that they work there. They partner up there, and they do something called grief counseling. And they have a mobile trauma unit for grief counseling when things happen instantly. Because when these gunshots start firing out and things start to happen within the community, people don't realize we get affected immediately, but no one talks about it. No one gets that grief, you know, that no one gets to be able to express themselves or get counseling for it. So I didn't realize that Brownsville Think Tank Matters have that. And I have a pamphlet for them. They're right here at 48 New Lots Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. It's right across the street from the BRC, right around the corner from the BRC. And it's right here in our neighborhood. And I didn't even know that it existed. Like, this is real stuff. Like, I want people to realize and wake up and realize what's going on. And what's, you know, we need to feed each other. Any information that I get and I can share and I can be a vessel to someone else, I want to do that, because suppression and mental illness is real. It is real, and there's so many people suffering from it these days, and no one talks about it. So this is why we built this platform today and wanted to talk about it. So I want to chime in. Danielle Davis, I've been there and worked with them as well. I know how it feels. Yes, even working with the mentally disabled and people that have mental illnesses. When you work with them, that kind of puts a strain on you too, because sometimes you take that home with you. Working as a teacher, working at a correction officer, police officer, no matter what you do, whatever field you in, you take these things home and nobody talks about it. We don't reach out. Where's our community? What's going on within our community that we're just so disengaged to what's going on? Let's talk about it. Let's be real. And have this dialogue. And any information, like I said, that I can give to you guys, I'm willing to give to you guys. I'm willing to share as much as possible. And if you know something or know somebody that's going through it, hit me up on the side, inbox me, and I can share this information that I do have. I don't have a PhD. I don't have a master's in this. This is just something that I'm passionate about. And mental illness is something that we all need to discuss. I need to discuss. You want to chime in again, Hunter, or anything?
Yeah, I worked with the mentally ill for like 4 years. And they got different levels. They got high function, they got low function, and they got mid-range functioning. Meaning, they got people that look like us. You know, some people you can't tell that they have a mental illness other than depression and stuff like that. Then you have people that have the physical characteristics which go hand in hand. A lot of people are functioning regularly until something brings upon that event or situation will cause them to have a behavior. When I mean behavior, having an effect whereas it's negative outside of the norm what they usually do. Working with the population is hard. It's hard, but it helped me cope with my own issues.
Yeah.
You know, help me cope with your own issues.
Jasmine, I agree with you. Families were taught to keep the business in the house. I believe that. Yes, they were taught to keep that business right in the household. But you know, now it's like we got to talk about it. We just can't keep it amongst ourselves because we see what's happening within the community. You know, I'm not saying tell what your mama doing, who your mama sleeping with. That ain't nobody's business. You keep that at home. But if you know your family member or somebody that you know is depressed and suffering from something, check in on them. And if you don't see them and you don't hear from them and they're not responding, try to get them the help that they need. Like, it's nothing to knock on the door and say, hey, my brother, hey, my sister, how you doing today? Because that goes a long way. And people they don't do that anymore in our community. They don't reach out. They don't connect. We got this disconnect somehow, some way. And we need to reconnect all over again. Now, how do we do that? How do we build the community? Because I'm just one person, but I'm sure there's so many people on my live that feel the same way that I feel about mental illness and depression, because we all suffer from it. And again, remember, men suffer in silence. Men suffer in silence. They really don't talk about it the way they should talk about it, the way we women talk about it. So we need to get a dialogue, and we need to talk about mental illness and depression and get this grief counseling too, because that's real. That's some real talk right there. You know?
But I'll tell you this, right? You either deal with it willingly or you're going to deal with it unwillingly. You're going to have a situation whereas you're not going to be able to reach out to the person because you haven't had connected with that person. So
being judged.
So when that person react to it and you be like, what happened? You lost dialogue with that person. You don't talk to them. So you don't know what that person is going through. Whereas if you kept in touch with them, just checking on them, checking on her, calling them, oh, how you doing? What's going on? You'll know a difference in the voice. You know a difference in the tone, the disposition. But sometimes it be too late. They don't talk about the suicide in the black community.
Absolutely. They don't.
Like Toya said, they don't talk about the incest. They don't talk about the rape. You know, that's taboo.
No.
My cousin touched me. My brother touched me.
Right.
It's okay. You know, that's my cousin. We go together. That's cool. She got a baby with my cousin. He's only my second cousin. We don't talk about that. The thing about it, it's not about putting it all the way out there. It's about dealing with it and finding a solution for it.
Black Friday, I agree with you. Listen, physical and emotional and spiritual health as well. That's important just as well as depression and mental health is. All of that ties together. Absolutely, I do agree with you. Shalon, I saw your post. Jasmine, I saw your post, and Danielle. Absolutely. I didn't want to interrupt my brother while he was talking.
Hey, beautiful. You've got a text message.
You're absolutely right. Like, this is serious. This is real talk. So, you know, let's have this dialogue and let's continue to talk about it. Let's build this platform, and that's what this platform is for. And this is what I want, you know, Tequila Conversations to be about, where we have this dialogue, where we're able to talk about it, where we're able to like kind of piggyback off of each other, but have fun doing it and talk about what's real and what's in our hearts. You know, like someone told me, you know, Charlemagne the God has a podcast and he talks about it, but who is Charlemagne the God? He don't walk through Brownsville. Like, I don't know who he is. He don't be up on the Ave. He don't go to the pizza shop over there. We don't see him, so we give them all the respect. Let's give ourselves that respect, and let's build our community where we're able to do these things and we're able to talk about it, and we're not shunning anybody. I'm not doing this for any clout. I'm doing this for me to give information to other people. So let's continue to do and share the way we're supposed to do, and continue on and have this dialogue with Tea or Tequila Conversations with Toya. And this episode is regarding mental health issues, depression, men, women, you name it. We have it, you know, and we go through it, and it is real. So let's talk about it, guys. Let's see what's going on in the world. Let's talk about it. I'm here with you guys. I was here last week. Thank you for all my viewers that was here last week. I appreciate you guys. And don't be afraid to tell your friend. That's right. Don't be afraid. I mean, I definitely give him praise. Absolutely. He's using his, absolutely. And we got to applaud each other. And that's what we don't do. You know, we always talking about dusting our sisters and brothers' crown and patting our brothers and sisters on the back, but we really don't do that. We don't give them those accolades, and we don't talk about these things. And this is what I want to do. But before we even go on, there's some things that I need to do. I need to shout out some people who always, you know, support me. Monette's Closet, that is an organization. She helps young ladies during prom. She does a prom drive. So if you have any wedding dresses, you have any prom dresses, you have any bridesmaid dresses, maternity dresses that is in your closet that you want to give away to a young lady, Monette's Closet is an organization that I work with. My girlfriend Tiana Logan, her website is www.monettescloset.org. She's a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and she's been up and running for 10 years now. And she's in North Carolina.
Hey, beautiful. You've got a text
Jamaica.
message.
She's here in New York and a few other cities. So let's support her. My niece Kimi is a barber. She cuts hair at Exotic Cuts on 2204 Fulton Avenue between Rockaway and Eastern Parkway. Let's support our own. This is what we need to do. We don't support our own. Another person, J Flex Eyewear. He is a 9-year-old entrepreneur, and he has eyeglasses, flexible eyewear for young men and women of color. And his boutique is at the Gateway Pharmacy at 1184 Elton Street. So let's support him. I also want to shout out one of my former co-workers, Shalon Christian. Shalon Christian, I need to shout her out. She has a tutoring service, and it's called svctutors.com. She personalizes in tutoring to meet your learning goals. Learning is fun. Reading intervention, Fontes and Pinnell, LLI, Orton and Gillingham homework, grades 12, K through 12. She does physics, chemistry, calculus, biology, and algebra. Lord knows I need help with that too. Shalom, where was you around when I did that? What's good, Cara? How you doing? I also reached out to 2 tequila companies, and I'm waiting for them to get back to me now. And there are Tolera Tequila. I hear they're a black-owned tequila company, and they're they may want to sponsor me. And also Tequila Herradera. Never heard of them either, but they also reached back to me. Listen, support is support. So I want to shout out you. You shout me out, and let's continue to have this dialogue about mental illness and depression, because it is real. And I thank everyone for staying on my live. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Shalon. Listen, anything that I can do to just spread the word. Listen, we got to affirm each other. We got to give each other our accolades. And listen, we have to support each other. And that's something what we don't do in the black community. And I'm here to say, you know what? We got to start somewhere. So if I'm going to use Facebook as my platform, I'm going to use Facebook as my platform. So I want to get back into talking about mental illness. It says African Americans are 20% more likely to have serious psychological distress than whites. That's deep. That's deep. And you know why that's real deep? Because they'll seek help and we don't. Because we suffer in silence. And sometimes they choose to get help where we think we'll be all right. If I do this and I do that, I keep moving, I'll be fine. But realistically, you're not fine. You have to seek help, and you have to seek the right help. So let's talk about that. Got to chime in on that? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
When she said that, I was thinking about something. I'm gonna share something with y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all which one. I got 3 boys. One of my sons, he's real depressed. Like, he's real reserved, real smart. And I'm not with his mother no more. So when his mother got, say, remarried or re-involved, whatever the case may be, she had another baby. So he wasn't the baby no more. So what happened to him, he used to be A, honor roll, everything.
Hey, beautiful. You've got a text message.
Everything in his life went down. His grades, he got distant from the family. He stopped talking. He started smoking weed, cutting school. So boom, I'm working 2 jobs. Every time teachers call me, they got my number. I'm going up to the school when I'm at work. And remember, I'm being a parent as I go along. I never had all that. I never had a father. I didn't even know how to be a father. I used to try to Google it. How you be a father? How you deal with this? Because, everybody expects you to be a certain way. When you're a man, you have a baby, you big, whatever. They expect you to be, to know everything, to have all the answers. I didn't have the answers. So I didn't want to. My thing is that I was raised like, you do something bad, you get a beating. I didn't want to do that with my kids. I was trying to find another direction to deal with it. And what I did, I found out, he told me, your dad, I'm depressed. I said, what's wrong with you? He said, your dad, I'm depressed. I think about hurting myself.
Wow.
So I was stuck. I was like, damn.
Wow.
I was working 2 jobs. I fuck the jobs. Let me deal with my son. So nobody knew this though. I ain't tell nobody. Y'all the first people I'm telling. So, and I was depressed when I heard this shit. I was like, the fuck, he told me about hurting himself.
Wow.
So.
And as a father, how did you feel?
I felt helpless. I didn't know what to do. And it was bad because what happened is that I didn't know his mother put him on medication. She went to the doctor. I didn't have no knowledge of it, and he was seeing a psych, whatever. And this is a good thing and a bad thing about seeing professional help. If the parent is not in his right mind, him or her, they go into a doctor. They have all faith in the doctor without having their own self-knowledge. A doctor is only supposed to do what you allow them to do. They work for you. You don't work for them. So even though they're professional, sometimes their methods and what they're prescribing is not appropriate for your situation. Be mindful when you go to a doctor and they tell you this and that. You have the right to you have the right to look it up. You have the right to ask questions. We don't ask enough questions. There's no such thing as too many questions. There's no such thing as the wrong question. The problem is that when you don't ask a question when something happens, we gotta be proactive, not reactive. You know what I mean? We gotta be prepare for.
Hey, beautiful. You've got a text message.
Don't believe it can't happen to you. It can happen to you. Believe that. But anyway, getting back to my son, I'm talking to him, and it was funny. He was like, yo, his mother said he don't talk to nobody. The teacher said he passed all the exams, whatever. But he's real reserved. And my son is bigger than me. He's real big. Played football, he's real big. So, he's a good kid. What happened is that I come to find out, by me always going by there, dropping off money, buying clothes, that's not what he wanted. He wanted me.
Like that time.
He wanted me, and me, not, I'm only rejecting what I was taught. My father used to come by, drop some money off. I was happy for the $100. It was like $1 million back then. So I'm thinking, I call him, he texts me a list what he want, I drop it off, that's good enough. He didn't want that. He wanted conversation. He wanted me and his time, not me and his brother, not me and somebody else, me and his time. So we started talking. And I told him, like, even though I told him, tell me, he didn't want to tell me. He was reserved. And I had to get it out of him little by little, little by little. And we started the healing process. We started the healing process because it was real bad. Because, like, my son, he's quiet, but when you mess with him, he's real violent. And this is what I'm telling y'all. Sometimes you go, when somebody find a bomb, they're like, oh shit, the shit is ticking, it's about to explode. Whereas if you look earlier, you would have saw the wires. You would saw the ticker, you would saw the wires, and you would prepare for the explosion. But then you come after the fact, after it's blown up, you're like, oh my God, I don't got no hands. But if you would have looked closely, you would have saw the signs. And this is the point about people being aware. We're not aware enough. You know, we don't put enough time in things that's important. Your kids are important. The best investments I got, I might not be a millionaire, but I have good kids and I have good bones. So I'm always rich. I'm always rich with my kids because every day is work. This, you know, my kids are never too old. Yeah, it's never enough.
Great analogy. Yes.
Yeah, it's just we just gotta work, man. And every day I'm learning. And I think black women go through so much. I look at my moms and when I was young, and they had the best relationship with my moms. As me being a parent, I know being a parent is the hardest thing ever. Because every day it's involving choices you got to make, involving situations you got to deal with,
Absolutely.
and it's hard. There's no rule book to this game of being a parent. There's nothing set in stone. Every day is never the same. Every day is different. Right. Every single day is different. If they wake up, if they're hungry, they got to eat. They got to go to school. You got to prepare certain things. You got to talk to them. You're tired. You're doing 2 jobs. You come home. You got to go over the home with them. Yeah. If you tired, you going to sleep while you going over the homework with them.
Absolutely.
Because you got to pay the bills. But he don't understand that. He's just like, yo, your dad, I want my time. So I had to cut off a lot of things to sacrifice that for him. And he's coming along. Oh. He's not where he need to be.
Great.
But he's coming along where he's going to be. You know what I mean? We're working on it.
People that just came on, I'm sorry, Hunter. People who just came on, we're talking about mental health and depression. So that's what this discussion is about. This is Tea or Tequila Conversations with Toya. My guest co-host today is Hunter, and we're talking about mental health and depression with men, especially because men suffer in silence. So this is what we're talking about for the people who just jumped on.
Hey, beautiful, you've got a text message.
Black Friday, I did see your comment, and there's grief share out there for you because I know grieving is important, and people don't realize that they don't seek that help that they need when they lost a loved one, whether if it's a sibling, whether if it's a parent, whether it's a friend, a spouse, a loved one. It doesn't matter. You still have to grieve, and people don't get the proper help to grieve. But there's places for you to do that. Oh, Hunter, he said he's proud of you, bro, and you know exactly who he is. I'm gonna show you his picture. Wipe your face. You look a little, you're a little sweaty right there. But no, this is real talk, guys. This is real conversations, and this is what I built this platform for. I want to talk about so many different things. Like I said, it's either going to be a tea conversation or a tequila conversation, or we're gonna put some tequila in our tea. And after this conversation, I'm sipping tea. I may have to put some tequila in my tea and make me a hot toddy and go on. But this is real talk, and this is real, and this is coming from the heart, and this is what I love about this. There's no script. We didn't script this. We did some research.
That was the thing.
This is from the heart.
That was the thing, right? When we decided to do this, me and Toya, I said we just gonna go in and just be us.
Just be us.
And when I talk to y'all, it's like you're here with us. So it helps me grieve, help me heal, help me be a better person, help me be a better man. So that when I'm addressing certain situations, I don't always gotta use my fists or get physical with people. A lot of people I don't talk to. I'm real quiet, actually. I don't really talk to people. I deal with who I deal with. I don't campaign for friends at all. So if people know me, I've been around here a long time. I didn't come from nowhere else to come to Brownsville. I'm from Brownsville.
That's right.
So, it's different. But I said that to say this, that Brownsville got some of the best things ever. We got the best of everything.
Absolutely.
So, isn't that how you portray it, how you let it manifest, how you bring it out? But like we said at the beginning, it's good to have good dialogue, just to talk. The community is changing, so it's like this: you either work or you're gonna have to move from here. You're gonna have to. It's good to just heal. We're all trying to heal and do better. We're all trying to raise our kids, and I can't do it alone. I always talk to Toya. I talk to people. I always go to females because females are real. I'm gonna keep it 100. Women are way smarter than men. Way smarter than men. We can do the ego thing, whatever you want to say, but women always got. They got the answer to the question. They know. They just know. That's something that God gave them that men we don't have. And I go to them like, what do I do? I love my son. See the love of a child. It's a different type of love.
And this is coming from a man, y'all.
It's a different type of love.
Hey, beautiful, you've got a text message.
Somebody say, have you ever been in love? And I think with my kids, yes, I have. But when it comes to women, it's different. But when you love your kid, it's something like would you die for that? See, niggas talk about that, but I'm about that. I'm about that shit. Like niggas talking about dying. Oh, I killed for my man, my buddy, my man. They not really about that life. But for my kid, I do anything for my son.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's just me though. That's just me.
Yeah. That's real talk. I'm gonna read another bullet point for you guys. Depression is one of the most common mental health problems in the United States, affecting more than 17 million people each year, which is real talk. Also, another bullet point. About 7% of Americans experience serious depression each year. So if you think about things that you go through throughout the year, how many times you've been down? How many times you've been depressed? How many times you felt like you fell on your knees, flat on your face, and didn't know when was the next time you were going to get up again? That shit is real, because I know I felt that way. I know I feel that way a lot.
All the time. I mean, that sounds like community. Like, I'm Muslim, right? She's Christian. Cool. Doesn't matter what you call them, as long as you believe in God. That's what get me through everything.
Listen.
That's what get me through everything. I don't, when I'm stressed, I go and pray. When I'm sad, I go and pray. When stuff good happen to me, I go and pray. People don't know this. They don't know. You don't have to know this. Y'all don't have to know this. Nobody have to know this. It's my communication with God. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Don't give me my roses when I'm going. Don't say I'm good when I'm going.
Yes.
Don't come to my house when I'm going. Don't talk to me when I'm going. I don't need a mirrors on the wall. I don't want that. Tell me why I'm here. Tell me you love me. Like if I see when I call my brother Sean, I tell my brother every day I love him.
Absolutely.
When I call all my brothers, I love them. When I got people that's not my blood brothers, but they're my brothers. When I call them, they're coming. And I tell them I love them all the time. There's nothing wrong for a black man telling another black man they love them. You understand that? You can say you love somebody, but that would be a physical thing.
The question is, why are we suffering from depression so much now?
Oh, we've been suffering from it.
Right.
See, we've been suffering.
That's
is
Hey, beautiful. You've got a text message.
But we never have the time. Well, we never made the time to have the dialogue, to have the conversation. And now we got a platform that we can share it. No matter you over there, I'm over here. We all could be together. It's not about me sounding all slick or using big words. It's about us getting a solution for the problem. We always had it.
Yeah, most suffering is from being undiagnosed. Absolutely, because you don't even know that you're depressed.
There you go.
You don't even know that you're depressed when you're suffering through things. Like this shit is so real. Like you go through things day to day, and you keep doing the same routine over and over again, and then you're trying to figure out why you keep suffering from headaches. Why you so down and out? Why you can't get yourself up to do the next thing because you keep doing the same routine over and over and over again? It's because your ass is depressed. You're depressed, and there's nothing wrong with being depressed. Because we all have been through it. But see, it's how you come out of that. Makes you a different person. It makes you a better person. You can learn from it. And that's what we don't do. We don't learn from our mistakes. You know, and we don't talk about it enough. And I know you can't talk to everybody. That I know.
That's true.
You can't talk to everybody. You can't do that. But when you talk to the right person or you talk to God or you just jot it down, get it out your head. Because when you have all these thoughts up in your head and you don't write them down, it really bottles up and you're messed up. So you got to start writing stuff down. Remember that. You have to. So, yes. Let me see what else somebody else says. We have always suffered. Yes, that's true. But we managed. It wasn't until others began to suffer from the same thing that we added late. Absolutely, Nicole. Real talk. High blood pressure. That's right. Insomnia. All types of illnesses. Yep, from depression. Absolutely.
I think in a black community, the mental illness becomes the norm. So when it becomes the norm, it's not. To some people, don't see it as a mental illness.
Right.
Because when you label as having a mental illness, oh my God, that's a bad thing. That's like a disease. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all better give my brother some thumbs up for that one there.
So when you're dealing with
give me some hearts.
So when you're dealing with it, you can't deal with it because nobody want to address it as that. Nobody want to address it as that. They want to front. It's crazy. It's crazy. We just got to do better. I think that we talk more, we do more, and think outside of the box. We're better than that. Think outside the box. We're better than that.
Absolutely. Next bullet point I want to read. Suicide is the third leading cause of death among African Americans ages 15 to 24.
All right. So,
wow. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So I got you a question. Have you ever thought about it?
I thought about it.
I'm going to keep it 100. I have thought about it a couple times.
I thought about it. I sure have.
I'm going to keep it honest with y'all. I think about other people and I think about myself. I thought about it mad times. Because you gotta understand this, right? Get back to religion, whatever. You know, the only power the devil has is suggestion.
Hey, beautiful. You've got a text message.
Not your own. So suicide thought is not your own thought. So the devil just put it there. Now if you go through with it, that's you. That thought suicide, that thought is not your own thought.
Wow.
So, you know.
Wow. Wow is all I can say. Is wow. He is dropping jewels on us, guys. And this is real talk. This is, like I said, this is not scripted. This is not scripted. This is something real. This is a platform that I wanted to build for us.
Read that one.
Oh, man. Wait, let me go.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, yeah. I gotta go back. I'm gonna go on my computer.
Somebody asked about medication, right? I think medication.
Black Friday said this holiday season, makes it your business to check on your friends and love. Yes. Because this holiday season, yes, times of year these are suffer from depression. Absolutely.
Do y'all know on the train stations and all that, this is the number one time people have jump in front of trains when New Year's and Christmas come? Do you know so many people don't make it to the New Year? It's crazy.
Wow.
But it was a question about medication.
Yeah, I'm going back to
me myself, I think medication shouldn't be the first antidote to the situation.
Besides praying about, besides prayer, what about medication? We are people tend to believe that medication is the only for white people.
That's not true. I think extreme situations, you need medication.
Yeah.
Some people need medication. And some people can't live without it. Because what happened is that they're born with an imbalance that need to be balanced. And once you balance it, they can function.
Miss Lenore, thank you. Miss Lenore, Scotland, thank you so much for that, because that's something that people don't talk about, because they're afraid of that. They think that if I medicate the child or I medicate myself, then I'm going to be labeled. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's not necessary, but sometimes it is necessary. So that's something we really need to talk about too. Medication, absolutely.
I just don't think medication should be a first approach.
Got you on your tea and honey right now, Danny? Listen, that's all right. Whatever it may be, whether it's the tequila or honey, whatever you're doing, let's just have it. Come on now, let's talk about it. Nicole Love, people need to be
taught coping skills to function.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Aisha, people must put much pressure on themselves to try and do it so much for themselves, yes, and others. When it doesn't work out as planned, we feel like
we let ourselves and others down.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think a lot of stuff comes with your own self-esteem. You must have self-esteem.
Hey, beautiful. You've got a text message.
Leaders out here.
Yeah, self-love is real important.
You need to love yourself.
And we don't have that out here. We don't do that self-love. I was talking about that in a meeting. Was Saturday. We were talking about that. Self-care and self-love. You can do so much for the community and do so much out there, but when you're not feeding yourself, there's a problem. Got to talk about that. And that causes depression too. Let's talk about it. Y'all. Oh my God, this is good. This is good conversation.
I think that should be the next step.
Yeah, this is good conversation, guys. Yes, I thank you so much, guys, for chiming in. I thank you. We can go on for hours regarding mental health illnesses, depression, everything, grief sharing, losing a loved one. This is real talk. This is real conversations. And I appreciate you guys for chiming in. You know, I'm trying to build a platform, like I said, for us to have this dialogue where we can communicate and we can get back to the community and just talk. Whether if it's talk serious or talk shit, I don't care what it is. But this is the platform that I want to have for us. Excuse me. You know, so we really need to talk about it. Let me get back to my bullet points, and then we'll take it from there. Last bullet point I have here. Less than half of all Americans with a mental disorder get the treatment that they need. But the proportion of African Americans who need mental health treatment and get it is only half of what whites get. Wow. And that's because we don't go out for help. We suffer in silence.
I think when it comes to like black men,
How do we?
I think when it comes to black men, we don't go.
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
No, somebody asked, how do we get people to open up and talk about it? Without being judgmental. And that's right, Nicole, because I don't want to be judged if I open up and I talk about what's going on. You know, because I know I'm not the only one, and that's what people fail to realize. You're not the first, and you're not the last.
Yeah, you're not alone.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
But it's just that people don't want to admit that they've gone through shit, or they're going through shit, or they've been through that.
I think the people that throw stones, they don't want to go through everything.
Yeah.
You just don't
Real
know
talk.
it.
Real talk.
You just don't know it. Like, I don't mind helping nobody because when I help you, I help myself. So, you know, some people don't say it like that.
Absolutely. 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 Well, I can be reading on and on for days about certain things. But it's clear that depression and other mental illnesses are just as important as African Americans, particularly African American men, as they are for Americans in general. Ignoring those problems or pretending that they don't exist won't make them go away. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Oh my God, this is so good. Medication is needed sometimes. However, we in our black culture community feel that
qualified counselors don't understand. We must empty our issues in a safe mental venue and start our healing. Correct.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
Auntie Glenda, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. I definitely agree. Thank you everyone for joining in on us. This is Tea or Tequila Conversations with Toya. We're talking about mental illness. I'm here with my brother Hunter, and we're just having a dialogue about
Hey,
mental
beautiful.
illness because
You've
this is
got a
something
text
that-
message.
mental health that we don't talk about, we don't share. You know, I'm sorry, my phone keep going off. I keep getting text messages. So if you keep hearing beautiful one, you got a text message, I do apologize, you know, for that. But this is a real good conversation, and I'm glad for the viewers who are chiming in and giving us this dialogue. It's needed. It's definitely needed. Also, access to services. If a child loses a parent, the school should involve. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sorry, I missed Ivy Bernard's statement. I'll try to go back on my computer and see what's going on. We are taught not to talk about things of this nature. Past generations did not find these topics open forum. Yes. Shame our issues onto non-existing. Absolutely. I agree. I definitely agree. This is real talk right here. This is definitely real talk right here. We don't talk about it enough. And this is something that we need to talk about. And I think I'm going to revisit this conversation, you know, soon. I definitely want to revisit this conversation. It is now 8:33. And like I said, we can go on for another half an hour talking about this because this is some real shit. And I thank you guys for chiming in with us today on Tia Tequila Conversations with Toya about mental illnesses, because this is good stuff. I thank you guys. I thank you guys for supporting me. I thank you guys for listening. I thank you guys for your thumbs up, your hearts. I need you to share this. I'm going to try to come up here every Friday. If not every Friday, every other Friday around 7:45ish and just talk about different topics. Next week, I think I want to talk about shit, because this right here, this was a deep conversation. I need some tequila on my the next time. Oh, thank you, my baby girl, my brother Hunter. Oh gosh, realist. Yes, thank you so much, my G. Thank you, Ivy. I totally agree with you. Everything is taboo. Absolutely, in our community. Absolutely, we got to get community back together again, and we got to talk about our issues. And we can't shun away from it. We can't hide it under the mattress anymore. We got to talk about it because it's real, and things are happening now. Things were happening before, but we didn't hear about it as much as we hear about it now. And this is real stuff. So again, I thank you. Hunter. You want to chime in and say something else to the people?
Yeah, thank you, people, for listening. I appreciate it.
Listen.
You know, we're here when you need us.
Absolutely.
If you want to get a male point of view, I'm here. Ask Toya, she get contact with me. And,
we could just talk about it, no matter what the conversation is. And like I said, this was something that he wanted to talk about. He called me and was like, "Yo, sis, I want to talk about mental illness, you know, and depression."
Yeah.
Hey, beautiful. You've got a text
Don't
message.
talk about, and I was happy that he wanted to talk to me about it. And there was so many other men who chimed in and asked me, "Yo, Toya, I want to have this forum with you." And this forum is not just for us. Tara said, "Thank you, Hunter."
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
This is not for me. It's not for Toya. It's for all of us. once I heal, she heal. We all
Absolutely.
heal.
Yes, Nicole,
And,
always good to hear a male point of view. Absolutely. Because we don't hear from our males too much. It's always us females having a dialogue. And when he reached out to me, I just thought it was befitting that I use this platform to have him up here. I know I got to get my dude Black Friday up here. Squirmy from Tilden. Okay, I'll show you the picture, then you'll know. You be like, oh, okay, I know who he is. But I want to get you up here as well as a few other fellas that want to come on this platform and talk about other things. But I thank you again so much for listening and for tuning in and having a dialogue with us about depression, because depression is really real. And that's something that we really need to discuss, in our community. And we need to keep having this dialogue. And we need to keep just checking in on people and making sure that everything is okay. This is awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Auntie Glinda. I appreciate you. She's saying thank you to you too, Hunter. I thank you guys again. I thank you. Happy Friday again. Listen, don't let nobody steal your joy. Have a great, great weekend. Have a filled weekend. Have a full weekend just full of love. And listen, smile at somebody, because somebody may smile back at you. It's your girl Toya for tea or Tequila Look at me. I'm tired, y'all. I'm deprived. I've been up all night long. I got like 2 hours of sleep. This is your girl Toya, tea or Tequila Conversations with Toya. Listen, let's do this again. Let's keep talking about it. Keep chiming in. Keep watching. Keep sharing this video. And I thank y'all so much. Peace and blessings.
Good night.